There are those very rare occasions when I disagree with thinkbig.com, which is a scientific website. Um, this is one of the rare times when I disagree with them. Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook, has a real batty idea. And I'm not saying he's batty. I mean, he had an ingenious idea of creating a website that can allow everyone to communicate to each other from around the world. I mean, that's a good thing. However, though, this batty idea he has is truly batty. He has this thought that telepathy, which is the communication of one mind to another, will be the future communication. And I have a problem with this for these reasons. Um, there's shows on TV like Orphan Black and other shows like um, other scientist shows on Science Channel, and Doctor Who at that talks about cloning. There's Woody Allen film that talks about cloning. Yes, so cloning is a popular thing. Why? Well, if you can make mass copies of yourself to make the perfect human being, that ideally sounds great. Well, however, though, it's the same thing with communication. You try to revamp communication to have the perfect communication. Ideally, that sounds great. But in reality, that's very dangerous. For example, I'll use the cloning example again. You know how when you're born, you may not have the perfect sized head or you may not have perfect eyes or perfect lips or the perfect nose. Well, you have to live with that. I mean, you could get a nose job done at the age of 18, or maybe get a eye transplant at the age of 18. I mean, you could do this stuff as an adult. You can get these surgeries done to have that perfect eye or that perfect nose, whatever. However, though, with cloning, though, it's essentially the same thing with telepathy becoming the new communication. You take out the faulty genetics and then you replace them with the perfect, can never be wrong genetics. And then when you start to genetically modify the human DNA to a certain point, it becomes dangerous. Why? Well, clones, unlike the actual human beings, have no true human emotions or have no true feeling of what human emotions are. They have no ability to register them. And that could be potentially very dangerous, especially when it comes to tragedies or what causes tragedies. Um, same thing with communication. You know, what's faulty about face-to-face communication? People use words wrong. Okay, so when people now text each other, they have spell check. Okay, that technically made the perfect word correct, but still, it takes away from the vocal face-to-face interaction. Now, telepathy basically takes all verbal communication out of it. So this is exactly what people in the science community think the perfect human being is for the most part. Someone who has, a straight spine, perfect face, perfect eyes, perfect nose, perfect mouth, perfect hair, perfect body, a body that's irresistible to anyone, and the communication ability to only have telepathy, and that's taking away the vocal cords, so there's no point of having a mouth. So take away the mouth altogether. So you have a human being with no mouth, only eyes, ears, and a nose, hair, a perfect body, No mouth, but uh, only one way to communicate: telepathy. I don't want to live in that society. I don't want to live that long to see a society like that. That would scare me. That would scare me. That would scare me.